Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It's Monday, October 26th. We're glad to have you with us this morning. We've got a great show lined up for the next half hour. Your HCC news and information. What better way to kick off your Monday? Did you have a good weekend? Weather was a little iffy outside, but it's supposed to get cold again. And every time we get a cold front, one person that always gets excited, Brittany Pacheco, fresh off the weekend of celebrating her anniversary. Congratulations again, Brittany. You ready for the cooler weather?
Hey, good morning, Todd, and thank you very much. Yes, I am so ready for the cooler weather because I'm ready to wear flannels. I'm ready to wear my riding boots, beanies. I'm ready for it. Wait,
you own riding boots. How many horses do you own?
I own a miniature one. Her name is Luna.
Okay.
Yeah, she's long-bodied,
Why not? Yeah, I think
she could be a little horse anyway.
But I'm riding her around though.
No, but I'm certainly ready for this weather. I do want to take the time to just welcome everyone to Up to the Minute. Thank you so much for carving a little bit of time out of your morning to join us. I do want to also remind you all to like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget about YouTube. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. And also help us spread this podcast. We need to grow our audience. You can do that by sharing this podcast at the bottom of this post, rather. Just click share, have it on your news feed, and that's how we'll grow our audience.
That's right, Brittany. And you celebrated your anniversary this weekend. Did you get pictures of your anniversary dinner like I'd asked?
I did, but you know what? I totally forgot to upload it to my computer this morning. You know what? We were in the moment, okay? We weren't really concerned about, image and what have you. We had a really nice dinner. And the next day we also celebrated with some friends. So that was also nice. We went to Mize in Midtown. It's my first time going back to Midtown since the pandemic. But it was good. It was a great weekend.
Well, Brittany, stick around. We're going to check in with you later on during the show. Right now, we want to get down to our HCC news. Two guests this half hour, I should say. First one, Melba Martin. She's an HCC Public Services Librarian. Good morning to you, Melba. If you would unmute your microphone. There we go. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
We are doing good. We're going to be talking with you shortly. If you would stand by for a little while and stick around, we'll get to you in a few minutes.
Okay.
All right. We're going to go back and start right now with, you'll recognize this gentleman. He's been on the show before. Dr. Zachary Hodges, college president at HCC Northwest College. Good morning, Dr. Hodges. If we can get you to unmute your microphone as well.
Good morning, Todd. How you doing?
Good to have you with us. First, once again, congratulations on 25 years out there at the Northwest College.
Thank you very much. Let's go for 25 more.
Sounds good. And tell us about the latest going-ons out there. I mean, this has been unprecedented for a better part of 6 months. You didn't have many students on your campuses, but you got students coming back in a way, completing their lab-based courses. How is that going out there at the Northwest College?
Well, it's going well, but first of all, I want to say what a treat it is to be on with Melba Martin. Melba and I go back a long way. We've been colleagues forever, and if I need to if I need to do something, Melba's going to tell me what I need to do. I always appreciate our relationship and the great work she does for HCC and our students. She is a community-minded, college-minded person. She defines student success. So it's a treat to be on with her. The campuses are open and we have all of the safety measures in place. We are diligent about observing all of the safety rules and cleanliness rules to make sure our students, faculty, and staff are safe. We have faculty and staff on campus. Our students are, those students that need a lab experience that have to come to campus to complete their work are there now. I walked the campuses a week or two ago, and it was going well. And we're excited about having students back on campus and having our faculty and staff. I just hope in the spring we can can loosen things up a little bit to get more students back on campus. They want to be on campus. They want to be on campus. So we, depending on, the virus,
Right.
we want to bring them back.
Well, Dr. Hodges, I know one thing you were real excited about this semester was kicking off the U of H HCC Engineering Academy. You've got your first cohort of students in this semester. How is that going?
It's going well. I think we have 25 or 26 students that are from throughout the region, even though this program is located in Katy. They're really throughout the Houston region. So HCC teaches the academic courses, U of H teaches the engineering courses. Students are jointly enrolled with U of H main campus, College of Engineering. We're off to a great start. One of the things we've realized, though, is that we had over 100 applicants, and math was the big barrier for students getting into that program. So we're working hard with Katy ISD and other school districts to create that math pipeline. We really want to have a 9 through 16 pipeline for engineering, where students know they need to take algebra early on in middle school, and then matriculate up through to calculus. And so we're working hard with the school districts to make sure those students are math ready. But we're off to a great start. It's virtual, hate that, but they're engaged and doing well.
I know you have several other partnerships for engineering out there at the Northwest College, including the UT Tyler program, the Texas A&M Academy, Chevron. Those, of course, it's amazing what students can get out of that, because students can save so much money in the long run with starting their engineering degree here at HCC and then moving on to the partner college or university.
Well, as you were saying, the U of H Cullen College of Engineering, Texas A&M College of Engineering, and the UT Tyler College of Engineering, huge cost savings for students that can stay home, get their first 2 years of Houston Community College, and then matriculate to the university if they want to. The UT Tyler students stay right here. All they have to do is go over to Hayes Road in Westheimer to complete their degree, under $20,000 for 4 years. So, it's a huge savings. The universities have been great about supporting these programs because they see this as a pipeline to students in Houston. Many of their underrepresented students that traditionally wouldn't go to Texas A&M or even the U of H, and as a pathway into those universities that is, again, they're jointly enrolled and well taken care of by the university. So I'm really proud of those partnerships.
And I'm going to ask you this too, because we are living in strange times with being sequestered and in lockdown in some cases, or in limited lockdown where we're only venturing out a bit because of COVID. How do you see this crisis moving forward in the way we're delivering education? Obviously, online education is here to stay, but do you think it's going to predominantly play a role like it is currently?
Well, let me tell you what I think one of the major trends is in higher education, which is really forced us to move quicker than we probably would have anyway. But, I think the opportunity for today's student is that learning occurs not only in the classroom, but on the campus and in the community. And if we take that premise and have a platform that's probably online learning, but a solid syllabus, solid platform, but learning's occurring everywhere, in teams, on the campus, in the community. Melba Martin's, the big advocate for service learning for students in the community, internships, apprenticeships, exploration throughout our community as a part of a student's curriculum, and project-based learning. All of this is really being expedited by this crisis because we're having to force ourselves to maximize online learning. But that doesn't mean it can't occur as well throughout the campus and on the within the classroom. So we're structuring it with online learning, but then that learning is going to occur everywhere. So I think that's a major trend in higher ed and what students are looking for.
Dr. Zachary Hodges, President of Northwest College, thanks for being here with us this morning and updating us as to the going-ons out there. Good luck to you. Stay safe.
Thanks, Todd. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And we're going to move on to Miss Melba Martin. Good morning again. If I can get you to unmute your microphone, Melba.
Good morning, Mr. Plantis.
It's great to have you with us. You know, I was inspired listening to you the last time we met. We met on a show that I host called The Topic, and you were on talking about the Bring Them Back campaign, and you were so inspirational. I came back and I told Brittany and our producer, I said, we've got to get her on up to the minute, because you were so passionate about reaching out to those students and bringing them back to HCC. Maybe you can share a little bit about that campaign for us, because I know it meant a lot to you.
It really did. And during that time, certain things happened in my life. And the person, my mother, Mercedes LaCour Camacho, passed away on July 24th. That was very close to the date in which the Bring You Back program started. So I needed to engulf myself in something. And my mother was an avid reader, learner, and teacher. She worked with, taught my sister and oriented her when she was at UT Austin on Western civilization and Shakespeare. Mind you, my mother only had 2 GEDs. However, she did work for the Northwest College. I don't know whether you know it or not, but there was a nursing program called the Spring Branch Nursing School on Gessner. And she was 93 years old, and she was the longest living library assistant for Houston Community College. We really have a legacy at the college. Unfortunately, Dr. Hodges have my sister April too, who runs the computer lab, and he had my son, Rasan Martin, and then of course me. I've been knowing Dr. Hodges for over 25 years, and
This is a family affair with you and your family working for HCC.
Do you know HCC is a family?
I know, yeah, but it really is for you a blood family affair. You've got everybody working here.
But what I realized that when that happened and I would speak to other people, they had their children here, their mothers and fathers was here. Yeah. And so the one thing Dr. Hodges likes, he don't like to go out and get other people. If he meet a family and he sees that that family is doing well and embedding themselves into the educational role, he wants to continue that process.
Well, I know you were talking about reaching out to the students, and the Bring Them Back campaign was an enrollment initiative we took part in over the summer to bring back students to HCC, because a lot of students were just uneasy about going back or not knowing they may have a scholarship waiting for them or financial aid waiting for them. And you were part of a volunteer team that was working full-time at HCC that took it upon themselves to call these students personally. When you got the students on the phone, what was their reaction?
I actually told them, Todd, I said, this is Houston Community College. My name is Melba Martin, and I'm personally reaching out to you to know how you're doing today. How's your family doing? Is there anything we can help you with? I want you to also know that your financial aid is available for you. And then they would tell me their story. And then I would guide them to the links and things of that nature. And I found out a lot of the students was leaving because they had gone up to transfer to other institutions, which was great. That is what we want. So I took that opportunity to tell them to tell others and how successful HCC was, because just because they're leaving, they're going to be our greatest spokespersons in the world now. Advertisement is person to person.
Testimonials, that's right.
Yes, it is. So that is how I did that. So one of the things I want to continue to do, I know you asked this, is how are we going to continue to work with the students? What is our move and what we're looking forward to helping them? So in the librarian role, we have what we call the chat line. If you call the library, it will immediately come up a box asking you, do you want to have help? And if so, you just click on the button, and then maybe I will answer and I'll say, hello, how are you doing? My name is Professor Melba Martin. How may I help you today? But in actuality, I've already seen their assignment because it pops on the screen.
Right.
it's a very personal thing. So I take them to my WebEx room, just like I'm in your Zoom room, and I share my screen with them. Just last week, I met with a young lady, a returning students. During these economic times, we're going to have so many returning students. When the economy is bad, education rises. When the economy is good, education goes down. I knew I can look at coding of the student. I saw that she was a 000 student. So I knew that she had been here a long, long time ago. I took her through a great touring. I toured her through the library, step by step. She was doing annotated bibliographies. She was doing research on art. I took her everything, how to get in. Then I turned around and told her, since you're doing 2 assignments, I'm going to send you the links to all the artwork and resources that you can use to do that paper when you get to it. So unbeknownst to me, she ended up with my direct supervisor and said, oh, I met Melba Martin today, and boy, did she give me a great tour. You never know who you're talking to. You never know who you
never know who you're talking. Well, one of the things that we learned over the summer in speaking with student services is that they were, in dealing with students, they were realizing that students really were appreciating the special touch, taking the time to call them, going that extra step and guiding them through, because these are tough times for everybody, especially our students during these times.
You're exactly right. They would tell me, oh, I've been getting emails from HCC. I am so glad somebody took the opportunity to call me on the phone. That I talked about belonging the last time I was on. They want to know that we care about them, that they're not just a number, that they're individuals. And it's very important for us to reach out to these students. They're isolated. They might not have anyone to really listen to them. And this is National Mental Health Month. Yep. And we have so much to do, so much to do.
I understand you put together a quarantine Q&A. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I belong to HCC Marketing Committee, and in actuality, the Marketing Committee put it together. It's things that you're doing to occupy your mind while you're being quarantined. And you can see they ask about what books are you reading? Who are you interacting with? Are you doing yoga? What? So what was that all about? For mindfulness.
And also I'm reading something here that you're involved with a food distribution through the Ailey Family YWCA.
Yes. Thanks to Dr. Hodges and trustee John Hanson, I put out a call asking people to help. HCC name is on the building of the A-Leaf YMCA, the only Y that have it. So I asked, we needed another location for our food drive. We had already fed 82,000 families right there in the little woods of A-Leaf. And I got in touch with Dr. Shantae Gray, and she said, thank you, Melba. This is a lovely program. So the West Houston Institute on Westheimer, they gave us that facility. We ended up all together in the whole city of Houston, feeding 700,000 families, giving out 5 million pounds of food. And I thank HCC for partnering that with me.
It seems like, because you hear about it in the news, and especially during the lockdown, there would be food distribution sites around the city, and the lines for assistance were stretching around the block and longer at times. There seems to be such a need right now. And by the way, we're heading into the holiday season, and there's always a need then. So especially during these times, there seems to be a need for food distribution around the city.
And it was long before this happened, Todd. I've worked in many food distribution drives for Thanksgiving. I sent you some of that information. That's how I involved the other students with the Rotaract organization. I'm the advisor to the West Chase Rotary organization, working with the West Chase Rotary Club. We're one of the award-winning organizations. One of the things that you have to do is get the students involved. That's the reason why Dr. Hodges was speaking about service learning. So I get these students out into the community, and we work with projects. That helps in our education as far as retention and success and them graduating. So, yes.
How do you do that during the time that we're now all working virtually to keep the students engaged, but also continue with being interactive with the community?
Emails, calling. I had to do everything because a lot of my students graduated. So Dominique Brown put up a new student life program for us to use, and I just built it up with students. Matter of fact, one of my students, Alexis Soroto, just produced that MP4 video that I sent you on the Northwest College Rotaract organization. It's strange that we're just meeting. In actuality, you and I have been working together in different projects for a very, very long time. If you got a chance to see some of that, and I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
Melba Martin, we appreciate you being here on the show with us this morning. Your inspiration, I'll say this, your overall attitude is inspirational to us all. It really is. And we appreciate the work you do at HCC, and thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me, sir. Have a great day.
You too. We're going to move on to Brittany Pacheco. Brittany, how are things going over there on your end?
We're doing all right. We've got some people saying good morning on the show. So good morning to all those who have commented on this podcast. We hope you're having a great morning. And thank you, of course, for joining us this morning for Up to the Minute. And surprisingly, Todd, Luna's sitting on her little perch, as I call it, here in the room, looking out the window, and she is behaving. How's Peter Frampton doing?
No, he's going crazy behind me. He's
okay.
He's so far picked up a toy. He's thrown something at me. I don't know what is going on with this.
He threw the toy at you.
He does that all the time. Yeah, he'll pick it up and kind of throw it towards me.
He wants your attention.
Yeah. Just when we go on the air, this starts, and it's an every morning thing. So
there you go.
Let's get into our.
Let him host Up to the Minute. Come on.
Well, yeah, he wants to be on the show. I know. Well, we've got a bit of news for you out there at the Northwest College. It's been the theme so far this morning. We've got a filmmaking series with Randy Ramsey. HCC's Visual Performing Arts COE continues their free virtual workshops, Brittany, and this one is happening on Wednesday.
It does. So Randy Ramsey, as you mentioned, is the executive director of Southwest Alternate Media Project, also known as SWAMP, which supports the independent film industry, and board member of Women in Film and Television Houston. She will discuss how industry associations can help you move forward. So as you said, this is happening this Wednesday, October 28th from noon to 2 p.m. Registration is required. So be sure to email Michael Cohn at hccs.edu, and we'll have that information here in this post.
Northwest Libraries Days are celebrating Halloween, Friday, October 30th, which is this Friday, the day before Halloween. Monsters Mash illustration and drawing. That's happening with participants learning how to draw monsters during this online edition. It happens from 3 to 3:30 p.m. Registration is required. We'll have the link in the social media post for the show. And Brittany, we are winding down on the All In for HCC campaigns. The faculty and staff, it's time to jump aboard.
Absolutely, Todd, because that deadline is November 6th. So if you are looking to enroll in that payroll deduction to help our students through the All In for HCC campaign, do not wait any longer. You've only got a couple more weeks until this ends. So some students need our support to graduate. So we as faculty and staff are encouraged to sign up for that payroll deduction plan today to make an impact all year long. And as a former recipient of the foundation, I can tell you it does make all the difference in the world. So donate today by going to hccs.edu/allinforhcc. And because, we live in a day and age of social media, be sure to share the post and use the hashtag allinforhcc.
Okay, Project Homeworld, you know about it? Well, you can learn all about it. They've got a series of virtual talks going on. 3D Printing for Good, 2 to 3 p.m. Thursday, October 29th. That's happening. And also Data for Good, 2 to 3 p.m. Tuesday, November 23rd. For more information, visit hccs.edu/Homeworld. And if you're needing a little bit of extra cash to pay for your college, well, you can get a $250 scholarship from the counseling office in the Office of Institutional Equity, Brittany.
Yep, that is true, Todd. So intimacy and love is going to be the topic. So share your love for art, prose, and your fellow man in this trying time by applying for the scholarship. 2 scholarships will be awarded to the tune of $250. So, free money is free money. The only requirement, you have to have at least 2.0 GPA in order to apply. So email hcc.healthyrelationships@hccs.edu for more information. The deadline is November 9th. So again, don't sit on this. It's an opportunity to get a scholarship. Take a chance.
Also, take a chance on your future. Well, cement your future. Make sure you've got a great career ahead of you. You can do that through continuing education. Sign up for their classes from accounting to welding. HCC School of Continuing Education has launched classes that start weekly and monthly. Some of them are short-term certifications. Some of them, I believe, only take a weekend, depending on what class you take. You can get it all crammed in a few hours, but you can go to hccs.edu/CE for more information. And if you're having problems connecting to Wi-Fi, we've got a way of solving your problems. Outdoor Wi-Fi zones on our campuses, Brittany.
That is true. So now some students are allowed, Todd, to enter the HCC campus buildings, but not all. So those who, for example, do not have classes, the lab-based courses that they need to complete, you won't have access to the buildings. However, you do have access to select parking lots that have the Wi-Fi zones that are available to connect students to the internet. Now, a lot of students also just need a quiet place to study, do their work, what have you. This is also that opportunity for you all to take and just try to get some work done. So you won't be able to access the restrooms, and you will not be able to access the outlets in order to charge your devices. So be prepared, come prepared. If you're looking for the nearest campus to access the Wi-Fi zone, just go to hccs.edu/outdoor Wi-Fi.
Brittany, one thing that's been in the news over the past couple of weeks, really, the COVID virus, of course, seems like the number of cases are going up in certain parts of the country and even in certain parts of Texas. Now, if you are interested in, that kind of brings up the whole thing as well. Is there COVID testing available? We still have some testing sites available on our campuses.
That's true, Todd. We absolutely do. I know that last week, Dr. Jimmy Adams, who is the COO for Northeast College, mentioned that North Forest also now has a site. So we'll get that information, update our graphics to make sure that we are providing our audience with the latest and most correct information out there. However, one thing for sure we do know we have at our Southeast sites are the Felix Fraga campus and the Eastside campus that do have no appointment required sites, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Now, other sites that do require an appointment that very much encouraged to do, although you will not be turned away, are the Northeast campus and then our South campus. Though they're operating Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So again, you are encouraged to make that appointment. You can call the number on the screen, 512-883-2400. But once again, Todd will reach out to our COOs at the various colleges and make sure that we have all that information up to date. And we will be sure to post that on social media, just so, once again, everyone has the latest information.
And that's just a good reminder. Follow us on social media if you haven't done so. If you're watching live on Facebook right now, make sure you like our page, share this post, and follow us subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow Houston Community College on YouTube, and you can get all the new shows like this when they're posted. So tomorrow, we got a big guest on the show. We have had her on before. We're looking forward to speaking to another president from one of our colleges, the Southwest College's Dr. Madeline Barillo-Hopkins, the president. And we've got another guest tomorrow, Brittany.
Yes, we will also be joined once again by Dr. Maya Dernovo, Chief Entrepreneurial Officer, who will talk to us about a big award her department just received, along with Dr. Madeline Barillo-Hopkins, talking to us about the transition of students coming back on campus and just what that's like.
That's right. So make sure you're here. Brittany, thanks for keeping us up to date today. We'll see you tomorrow, and we will see you tomorrow right here live 10 a.m. on Up to the Minute.